power. I think maybe federal character should be under that. The most important thing is that the president, in making appointment, should reform that. Federal character, they should go back to that and work on it. You understand me? Not one region or one state. Because I'm the president of Nigeria, possibly I come from the Yorubas, so I will pack my family to appoint them. No. So that is my own. Then secondly, in bringing the INEC chairman should not be appointed by the president, because he will surely work for the presidency. He will surely work for someone that put him there. So it should be a better way of bringing the INEC chairman into the commission. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. We'll take a final call from somebody just called Comrade. Okay. Comrade from Itafam. Is that Comrade Ikechuku from Itafam?
Yes, Auntie Ndalo.
Got Dalo, welcome. Go ahead.
What I want to tell you, the bitter truth is that before restructuring, which I support, let the governors of the South give the judiciary that are on 1 month and 1 week autonomy. Let us decide ourselves. Secondly, I support the restructuring. Let us go back to the National Conference of Goodluck Jonathan, Abacha, and Obasanjo. You get one woman we call second to the last that he said that. Let us go back to the National Conference of the previous ones. Are you listening to me?
Uh-huh.
Because they will be delaying until 2023 election. Agitation will still continue. So let us have our own restructuring. And this thing where they talk, they want to hear restructuring for Lagos and Osun without talking about controlling the resources and without talking about the national presidency.
But they talked about it there. They talked about states controlling their resources.
Did they talk about the national presidency, madam?
What do you...
For the 16th something, wait, listen for us. Did they mention rotational presidency?
No, but that's why they're having a meeting, so that you can come and talk about it.
Okay, so I will come over because we want to represent presidency. Me myself, I'm not confessing to you that I like one Nigeria. I like one Nigeria. But if they continue marginalizing, what is happening will continue happening.
Comrade Ikichukwu, thank you. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done. I'm sorry. We've got Raf Chima on Twitter who says, power dissolution and resource control. The oil well in the south cannot be owned by one T.Y. Danjuma somewhere else, while the natives are languishing in poverty and suffering from environmental degradation. All right, Raf Chima, thank you very much for your message. Imoka Christian Obio says, Lady Sandra, how about referendum? Well, you should attend the public hearing and suggest referendum. Again, like I said, these senators, their handlers, they're listening to hard facts. They are hearing the suggestions that you are making to the list that they've shared. They say the list is not complete. They say they're leaving room for you to come up with other problems that restructuring should solve. If you think referendum is one of those things, then by all means, say so. You have on the show. And also attend the public hearing and say it there. Tijani Sodiq says, restructuring should also include sharing of resources between the owner of the resources and the government. Abraham T. says, tell Mr. President that a time for prayer is overdue. I don't think that comment is for me. Yes, that comment is not for me. Okay, so let's pay attention to the comments for me then. Ben Nkwazema says, Sandra, the Southern governors are on the right track, but I would want them to follow it up immediately by convening a summit for all interest groups in the region to have a common voice. John Bosco Wele Mighty says, I've been listening. I think the Southern governors are on the right track. Good kudos to Governor Kowa for this urgent meeting. But it seems to me that it's too late already. But it's never late than never, so they are on the right path. Okay. Gabriel Olugbenga says, if the federal government really meant business on restructuring, it should be online. This is technology age. All right. Well, I'm sure they'll probably stream some of it so that they can be COVID-19 compliant. Now, before I come back to the phone lines, let me tell you something that happened here in Lagos. Perhaps you witnessed it yourself. The Lagos state government is cracking down on Okada, but we're getting eyewitness reports alleging that the task force was firing guns Gunshots earlier today at Alakija and along the Lagos Badagry Expressway near Navy Town. Now, we're working to get you full details of what happened there, but if you witnessed it or you were close by or you have somebody who was there, please call me or send me a message and tell me what you saw, tell me what you heard. In the last couple of weeks, we've talked about confrontations between bikemen and task forces, right? We had the government reporting that bikemen got violent with officers who tried to stop them from operating in restricted areas. On Monday, at the Security Stakeholders Forum, you had Governor Sanwo-Olu accuse bikemen of lawlessness and promise that the government would take action to make sure everybody obeys the law. But on the other hand, you have the bikemen accusing the government of high-handedness. They say task force and security personnel extort them and use violence on them. So the big question has to be, who is more responsible for this situation? I mean, if you talk to the average Lagosian, I'm sure they will tell you a horror story about both Okada people and task force people. I mean, we've all heard the stories of a bike man causing an accident and then all his colleagues gathering to threaten the motorist. Or we've heard of task force beating people up or seizing property or extorting money. And now you have these two groups facing off on the streets, and I have to ask if this is a recipe for disaster. Is there a way to cool things down? Because I don't think gunshots in Alakija is the way to go. What do you think? Were you a witness to the shootings today? If you were, I want to hear from you. You can talk to me anonymously if you would prefer. Women, call 01465 7190. Women only, 01465-7190. Men, call 0700-993-993-993. I also want to hear from you if you were not there, if you didn't hear what happened or saw what happened. What do you think about these clashes between Okada people and the task force? Can this situation be handled better? Is there a way it can be handled better? How can it be handled better? 01465-7190. That's the number that women should call. Men should call 0700-993-993-993. Hello, thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Yes, how are you? What's your name? Good afternoon.
It's like we have switched topic, but...
Well, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, as regards to the restructuring
conversation
of the country and the southern governors, my sister, to be sincere, the problem of Nigeria is very simple.
Okay.
But we don't want to stay on the path of the truth. There is nobody that will be able to fix this country after Buhari. Listen to me, this is my opinion.
Okay.
Now, the constitution we are running with now has expired since 2014. Are you aware?
Okay.
And we are in the know that the 99.9% of the problem of this country is traceable to this constitution. That is it. Yes, if only we can come together, discard this constitution because it's outdated. It does not hold ground.
So when you say expired, what do you mean? Because constitutions don't expire.
Because according to what we heard and the researches made, that it's after 100 years.
No, it's not true. Constitutions don't expire.
But this constitution, okay, if it does not expire.
You can say it's outdated. You can say it requires an amendment, but constitution doesn't expire. And the constitution is also not 100 years old. It's 1999.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Okay. If it has not expired and it's not updated, we are not the one that made us constitution, and that is why we are having this problem.
Problems, right?
We are not the one. So the best thing now is let us come together. The unity of Nigeria is conditional, and thereby it's negotiable.
Okay.
Are you getting me, my sister?
I'm getting you.
Yes, the unity is conditional. We all sit down together. If I want to be part of Nigeria, well and good, self-determination. So that we need to grow. Other countries have outgrown us. We are here fighting Boko Haram, fighting a 6-year-old chap is manufacturing an aeroplane. What is wrong with us? Let everybody go their separate ways and develop at their pace and use the natural resources God has given us to develop our region. Simple.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Peter is a first-time caller from Ajah. Hello, Peter. Peter, are you there? Peter, sorry about that. Let me take a look at WhatsApp before the people who are sending me messages on WhatsApp kill me. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. 080-959-75805. Olamiko from Ikorodu says, on restructuring, government must look at community housing policy, state industrialization, food security, and food policy. Those sound good. But how will restructuring affect those things specifically? We've got Lawrence from Aworo Shonki who says, which of the headings will address the glutinous cost of governance by our opportunistic politicians? Well, you have to look at those headings again to decide, because you've got public revenue, you've got fiscal federalism, you've got revenue allocation, you've got the federal structuring governance. You've got all kinds of things that could take a look at that. You also have legislature and legislative bureaucracy there. So all of those things could address that. They could. We've got more people sending us messages on WhatsApp. The kind of restructuring I want is, number one, the president should not be the one appointing police IGP, Chief Justice of the Federation, INEC chairman, and service chiefs. Let the most senior attain those positions. Devolution of power to the states. Let all those who voted into public office stop going for medical tourism, and let all the children of those in public offices school here in Nigeria. Well, those things have nothing one way or the other to do with restructuring. You see, I like that I'm making you people talk about these things, because now we're seeing the different definitions of restructuring from different people. All right, here's another message. Sandra, number 2 on this list, that's federal structure and governance and power devolution. Number 2 on this list, if properly addressed and implemented, it will solve most of the other areas highlighted on the list. I hope that they are being sincere about this move and not take 2 years to debate it and promise to implement it if re-elected. My suggestion is the National Assembly should go back to the resolutions reached in the confab of 2014 that over 7 billion naira was spent on, plus some notable people passed on in that process. My name is OC. OC is listening from Canada today. OC, thank you very much for tuning in. We've got Adeshino Ayotimbo who says, cost of governance reduction, especially the public office holders' salaries, it is not on that list. Sandra, it should be there. And immunity for any political office holder must be removed. Well, we've got immunity as number 10 on that list. And we also have public revenue, fiscal federalism, revenue allocation on that list. So it could cover, cost of governance reduction. It could, I'm just saying. All right, more people sending us messages. Grandma Princess says, thank God Southern governors have woken up and their eyes are open to the stark reality facing the Southern states. And that this divide and rule federal government system of leadership is a bad wind, killing Nigerians slowly but steadily. We are fully behind them. Together we stand, divided we fall. Please, is cow rearing not like any other private business? Why should the whole of Nigeria pay the bloody price of cow rearing? That's a good question. All right, thank you very much for your message. Let's see more people who have messages for us. Damilare from Itolo says, it will be good if someone should ban Okada from Lagos, please. Okay. More people here. Sandra, speaking on the issue of bike brouhaha, I believe that the present governor has gone to sleep, unlike Fashola that flushed out aliens and foreigners out of Lagos from time to time. Most of the bikers are not traceable. They have no identity. Let the governor do the needful and stop the razzmatazz he's playing, Yemi from Egbeda says. So number 1, any Nigerian has the right to live anywhere. So there's no such thing as aliens and foreigners in Lagos. That's just nah. There are indigenes of Lagos, yes, but a lot of people in Lagos, including myself, is a foreigner in Lagos because I'm not from Lagos State, but I'm living in Lagos State. A lot of people, even people who speak Yoruba, who are Yoruba, a lot of them are not from Lagos. So a lot of us are foreigners in Lagos. A lot of us are quote-unquote aliens in Lagos. But you see, you cannot be a foreigner or an alien in your own country. As a Nigerian, you have the right to live anywhere, to work anywhere. Even if it's Okada work you're doing, you have the right to do that. Now, yesterday on the Big Three, we talked about the governor reviving the Lagos residency cards, And, some people talked about the fact that they already had those cards, those Lazarus cards. The governor is talking about getting more and more people to register and own those cards. That way we know the people who reside in Lagos. And some of the argument against that was, well, that's what NIN is for. If you have an NIN, if you have your NIN card, your NIN number, it shows where you live. It shows that you are, in fact, resident in that country. And if you have a residency permit, or if you are an indigent, or if you are a citizen of any country, you can live and work anywhere. So we need to rid ourselves of that idea, that outdated, archaic idea that some people don't belong in some places. It says very bad things about us. It really does. You're not different from the people in South Africa who say Nigerians don't belong there. Even though in a place like South Africa, Nigerians are actual foreigners. The only thing that allows you to be in South Africa is your residency card and your work permit and a visa. But as a Nigerian living in Nigeria, you can live, you can work anywhere, including Okada work, as long as you're doing the Okada work in areas that are not restricted. Okay, let's come back to WhatsApp where we have more messages coming in. All right, here's this one. Please tell the governor to have a rethink on Okada banning. Stop creating avenue for security agents to extort and molest. That's a message from Eric. Eric is in Buckner. Okay, we'll take a final message, take a quick break, come back and take more calls. We have Godono Emmanuel from Badagry says, a tripartite presidency would solve many of Nigeria's problems. The presidency shall be made of 3 persons elected by the people from the 3 regions. The chairman of the presidency shall be rotational among the 3 persons. I see. All right, Godono. That would create a lot of problems because, first of all, there are more than 3 regions in Nigeria. Right? So what happens to the people from the middle belt? What happens from people from south, southwest, northwest, all of that?
More conversation, more talk, more right after this. Are you looking for the
99.3 Nigeria Info? We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.